egov at Northeast Summit saw an appeal being made to all states to complete different e-governance projects like SWAN, State Data Center, Common Services Centers, e-districts and mission mode projects.
These are all accumulated problems.
Meghalaya Chief Minister Mukul Sangma stressed on the need for speedy implementation of these initiatives in the region.
Definitely having realized the potentiality of this state, which includes, of course, the luxury of having lots of English-speaking youth qualified, and also the weather condition, I'm sure you must be liking the stay here. And welcome to Shillong in the first instance, to our beautiful city. We have actually had some initiatives, and we definitely have quite a proactive, attractive, balanced IT policy in the state, apart from the industrial policy, which is supported by the Northeast Investment Promotion Policy. So there are these are few things which are actually there to offer as a support system for any prospective partners who would like to basically leverage upon the potentialities that we have here in the state of Meghalaya. And as far as the state is concerned, along with this policy, we also have earmarked seizable part of land where we would like to actually allow people to come and invest. And those are few humble beginnings which the government has resorted to. And many more things can happen as we engage with the potential partners.
As far as your initiatives are concerned, you have done some of your e-governance initiatives. Would you like to talk about them?
In fact, we have tried our best. We were quite sincere enough to ensure that citizen-centric services are actually started, initiated. And whatever core infrastructure that we require for enabling that kind of services have been already laid. And I would like to share here today that Meghalaya is amongst the first states who have been able to actually put in place the measure for core infrastructure required for G2C services. Therefore, though we have other constraints which is required to be addressed by other agencies under the Government of India, which is linked to the connectivity, the bandwidth, those are a few challenges we have, but we definitely have initiated, and we are much ahead of many of the states.
Right, but the biggest challenge really, you can have computers, you can have the bandwidth, you can have everything, but you don't have power, then everything else fails.
It's quite irony that in spite of the abundance of the resources that we have, which will enable us to generate energy from various sources, notwithstanding the hydropower potentiality that we have within the state, we have not been able to tap this because of number of issues. And at the same time, the government had actually taken up some proactive steps. We have in place again very balanced pro-state, pro-people, pro-investor power policy. And with this policy, we have been able to rope in quite a number of investment. You'll appreciate the fact that the 2003 Electricity Act was basically designed to allow the states to rope in private investors, because power sectors, as you try to develop a power project, it definitely requires huge amount of investment which the state could not afford. We have received tremendous response, good response from major power sector players, the corporate houses who are already well established in power sectors. Two of the major power projects which are in Kansi are in the process of implementation. The DPR preparation is on. We are focusing more on smaller hydro projects which can be developed and commissioned in a shorter period of time.
Any of your initiatives which you'd like to highlight, say, okay, this is what the government of Meghalaya has done and want the other states to follow?
See, one thing is that we always believe that when we are talking about G2C services, people, we are at the end, we will have to target the stakeholders. The stakeholders which I refer to is the people themselves. Now, unless the citizens are receptive to this mode of services that we are talking about in terms of e-governance, right, then it becomes a futile. It actually defeats the whole purpose of the program. Therefore, the approach that we have adopted is to sensitize and also train the citizens themselves in terms of how to sensitize them and enlighten them to the optimum utility of the CSCs that we have across the states.
There was a small paper.
The summit proved to be a perfect platform to identify the challenges and discuss ways in which e-governance can reach people in the remotest corners of the country.
The challenge is not so much the technology. The challenge is the mindset. Creating the right atmosphere, getting the mindsets, getting people to subscribe to it, that will be our biggest challenge. I'd like to thank, Network 18 for giving us the opportunity for hosting this very important, and very relevant and timely program. And I hope we can continue this partnership in the days to come.